can't buy every house you see. Not every deal is gonna be a deal. Welcome back to another video. Today's gonna be another one of those videos where we bring you along in the day in the life. After looking at my last few videos, this one's gonna be a little bit less talking and kind of more documenting, which lines up perfectly because we're not gonna be in the office as much. So come along as we go to Lowe's, walk a few projects, get a productive Monday in today. It's the first Monday of the last month of the year, so let's make this month a good one heading into 2025. Let's go. Almost every time I come into Lowe's, I always like to check the clearance section in case there's something that you could use on a future project or something that just makes sense to buy at clearance. Anytime you get into Lowe's, Home Depot, check it out. So look at this. These are super cheap, right? 10 bucks. Retail for 25 bucks, but cheap is not always better in your flips. These, even though they're super cheap, this is like 80s, 90s, early 2000s aesthetic. I couldn't tell you what year. These would not go well in a brand new flip. So always be mindful, even when looking at clearance, that it fits with a certain design, certain aesthetic. That way your buyers don't look at it and be like, okay, this guy went cheap with all the materials. Check out one of our properties that should be listed by the end of the week. This is a small town in the county that we live in, which we know super well. We've done a few projects. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna point out two houses that I've passed on over the years, right? One of them I had the opportunity to buy it at 150. I passed on it. It ended up selling at 145, and they're doing a really good job on it. But as I'll show you guys right now when we pass it, it's right on the main highway. My realtor thought it would affect value. At the time, it was a big project. I didn't want another big project, but we'll see what the buyer ends up doing with it. And I'll point it out to you guys as we get a little bit closer. The other one, I had it under contract years ago for 95K. I backed out. It ended up selling for 105. Over the years, we've driven past it. The buyer has done nothing. Now it's on the market for 200. We'll see what happens. That's this one, actually. The one right here is the one that I had under contract. It's on the market now for 200K. And then this one up here, this blue one on the corner, looks nice. They've done a great job with the exterior and how it looks. I passed on that one as well. You know, I have no regret passing on them. My acquisition guy, Joey, is the one that locked the blue one up. And you know, he always asks me, he's like, hey, it's looking great. Why do we pass on it? And I'm like, dude, it didn't make sense for me at the time. The market wasn't looking better. My realtor didn't think the value would be there compared to other properties we've looked at. And sometimes you have to pick and choose, right? Like, you can't buy every house you see. Not every deal is gonna be a deal. And like I said, it was just too big of a project that I don't want to take with everything else we have going on. One thing I've learned over the years is when you're young, go ahead, take that risk, do this. I've been in the game a few years where I don't want those big stressful projects anymore, just because like I'm tired of them. I've been through it over the years. So make sure you're picking and choosing. Like when you're choosing your own deal flow and you're putting in the work, pick and choose the easy ones. You don't need to struggle, especially if it's not worth it. Like at the end, the money we would have made would not have been worth it for what we're doing. Now we're walking up to our project. There's Zach right there. We'll walk this one real quick. Just left the property. We're finally getting close to getting it finalized and listed. So we did a quick like punch walkthrough where our agent called out some things that we can do to improve it. Most of it really had to do with like the curb appeal and putting some gravel down for the driveway or the parking spaces, doing some landscaping and things like that. So now we're heading to the office. We're gonna do some quick computer work. We're gonna print out and send out some monthly investor checks. And then from there, we're gonna stop at Home Depot because we need to take a look at one more thing. Maybe grab a quick lunch and then head out to our property in Gresham. And if you like this video so far, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment on any questions or any other videos you may want to see in the future. So this is gonna be a quick loom. So what I want you to do is, for when it comes to the estate data, the niche data, everything else we use, instead of using prop wire, I want you to try out this new map, TIFF map that REI SIFT just came out with. So if you have a property, for example, like you type in the address in here, and it'll open up. If it is an REI SIFT, it will say open SIFT records. Then from here, we can just manually add it, right? So then we come in here, right, which would be SIFT map, like that's what I would add, and then list. So we're about to leave the office. Just did some quick work. You know, we printed out and signed this check that we're gonna give to our contractor at the property we're about to go to. I posted in a few Facebook groups for a seller finance duplex we're looking to assign. And then I created a loom because REI SIFT just came out with SIFT map. So I had to create a loom for my VA, my virtual assistant, who works with my data, because I want to start implementing it right away. We love using REI SIFT because it's very pivotal in our business. It tracks our data, holds our data, it stacks lists together. They just came out with SIFT map, like I just mentioned, and so that's pulling data and adding data directly. On top of that, it has click to call integrated with smartphone or air call. You can send text from it, and it's only getting better. You can send direct mail from it, and it's only getting better. We love REI SIFT, been using it for years. We'll continue using it for years, and it's a great product. The founder is super active with his community. It's our CRM as well. Like it keeps us going, and I won't ever stop using it. So as we head out, before we get to our property, we're gonna stop at the Home Depot on the way, because I forgot we need to look at a range hood, and I believe Home Depot with the Black Friday sales will be a little bit cheaper than Lowe's. When you're looking at materials for properties, you always want to price shop, price compare Lowe's, Home Depot, Amazon, and still make sure it's good quality. Let's get going. So we're trying to buy this range hood for $199. That's what they have on the wall. That's what they have on their app. In their system, it still shows $299. So sometimes it takes a little bit of patience while they get it sorted out. But that's $100 savings, and every savings adds up when you're doing a flip. Same thing as we did with Amity. We ended up using two different countertops. You zoom in right here versus the Amity one. I don't know if we have a clip of it we can show. This is thinner vein versus Amity's thicker vein. And the reason we ordered the thicker one for Amity at the time was because that's all they had available with the matching backsplash. This one we got lucky. You know, my girlfriend Gabby thinks that, I still think they both look good, but we're gonna try to use for this one for our next few projects with the same design and everything. So we just left the property. As you guys saw in the last clip, we're getting close to finishing that one as well. Anytime you're like in the last 10% of a project, it always takes longer than you'd like to, just because it's about details, it's about the little things. There's a few things that we missed on our initial material list that we need to add for the future. Some door stoppers, the correct cabinet door handles, some stuff for the bathroom, for the toilets, like the P-traps, some little plumbing stuff. So it's just little details that we have to continue improving on for the next one. The biggest thing about this one is the numbers made perfect sense. The biggest downside to it is it's so far. Like the drive home is about an hour 30 with traffic. Without traffic, it's about an hour, so it's not as bad, but that's the only downside to this one. We're supposed to get back to the office around probably 4:20, and we've been out all day, and I still need to get some stuff done. So I'll probably be in office for another 2.5 hours, and then either potentially go to Lowe's still this evening or first thing in the morning. We'll see how the day plays out. But sometimes that's just how it goes in the day in the life of an investor, right? There are days where you're out all day checking in on projects, checking in on contractors, doing material pickup. There are other days where I'm just in front of the desk all day on the phone, on emails. So it's a matter of finding a balance and finding people to still be doing deals. My acquisition guy is in the office right now calling, making offers. So we're just always looking to improve our systems and get better. acquisitions again, making some calls.
Yeah, no, that would, yeah, that's, it is null and void right now.
We're back in the office right now. I'll probably be here another 2 hours before I gotta go back to Lowe's and meet one of my contractors. Gabby, the cameraman, my girlfriend, went out to get us some lunch / dinner because as you guys have been with us throughout the whole day, we have not eaten. So we're gonna get some teriyaki. My acquisition guy is in here making calls. And so now we'll be in here doing some computer work, making a few phone calls, responding back to emails, texts that we haven't had a chance to respond to. And then we'll finish it off at Lowe's and maybe hit the gym. 6:05 right now. I think I might have mentioned that I was gonna go to Lowe's with the contractor. That fell through because he didn't want to come out of his way this way. So I'll probably be here another 10 minutes or so. It's been a long day, but thank you guys for coming along with me. If you guys like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, leave in the comments what you liked, what other videos you want to see, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.